Hey, what's up, everyone? Your boy Blue up on here, the boy Blue 91982. Google me, bitches. Up on the Juggaluminati show. Welcome to the show. Thank you for joining us tonight. Tonight we have the motherfucking Corvusio,
Corvusio.
motherfucking what?
Yeah, Corvusio.
Yeah, what he said. That's him right there who just
Oh,
said it. um, my good time homie for many, many years now. You know what I mean? Is more than five, I think, right?
yeah, yeah, it would have to be, because I would say probably a good shit
Like good six or
eight
seven
or
or
no,
8 years.
closer up to 8 or 9 for real,
Hmm.
because this last YouTube go around and stuff was a 7-year-old account, and we knew each other before that. Before I ended up deleting my first account.
Hmm. We're talking about MySpace, Stickam, all
Yeah,
the blog TV,
yeah,
all
Matt.
them kind of days, man.
Yeah, because yeah, because it predates. It's got to at least predate Facebook because we didn't. I mean, it was just starting off then. Because I know we
Hmm.
all had MySpace stuff and the My Yearbook stuff and
Yeah, I
even
remember. Mhm. Okay. Yeah, I was just going to say because I can remember converting to Facebook. Like I like started using Facebook more prominently, you know.
yeah, this is before even all the other new changes, like the before the Google Pluses and before
Yeah.
that was a thing.
Yeah, before all these new features on YouTube and Facebook and social media and shit like that. Now it's just we don't have, like we were saying earlier, we don't have Yahoo or AOL chats anymore, you know. It's all this other
Yeah,
new crazy shit, you know, with social media. It's
yeah,
all about follow my Snapchat, Instagram, a story, follow my story, come talk to me on my
yeah.
story,
Well,
you
see, that's the
know.
thing. It seems that the net based world and stuff has become very selfish, very eye oriented, and not more about community like it used to be, like a bunch of people getting together all together. It's more about they can on a certain person's post, or they can, individually while they're talking about themselves and stuff like that, like, with the Snapchats and the Instagrams and stuff like that. There's followings and there's comments and stuff, but it's not like you said, like back in the stick cam days where everyone can just get on a cam, get together, have a big old chat group, and you know converse in an area like we were all in one area instead of everyone being individualized like they are now.
Well, there are still party lines, like where I met the mother of my children before the internet and everything. Well, I was already into the internet um, in different ways, but I found the party line on the phone. If you go to talkie.com, talkie with two E's at the end, you can find numbers in your area. But no, I got on this party line, and like that was a big part of my life. Like 17 years ago, you know, I
Uh,
remember, 9/11, 2001. You know, I remember that
yeah.
day. I was like, where the hell is everyone on the party line? I finally got a hold of someone. They were like, didn't you hear about the terrorist attacks? Everyone's watching TV. You know.
Uh,
That's how I found out about 9/11 around noontime. Um, cause I woke up and ate and shit like that, you know, and just finally got around to checking my party line because that was my shit, you know. Instead of checking my social media on my
yeah.
cell phone, you know what I mean. I just had the regular house phone with the party line and everything. Um, it's just crazy how we're blessed to be in a day and age with this all this computer technology and computers
Yeah.
in our hands and cell phones. We can do all this shit, and But I think the government is trying to send messages into our brains with like microwaves or something, man.
Yeah. There's a lot of everything going around, and they're finding more and more things, like as far as like how the magnetism of the earth works and how it can be manipulated, and you have these these centers and stuff throwing all these fields up into the air to kind of push. Whether I guess what it really does is the vibrations push bubbles, which were, I mean, vibrations is a big thing on this third dimensional plane,
Mm-hmm.
and it's what everything's made up of. It's what, you know, everything has a vibration frequency. Even
Definitely.
thoughts and everything.
Yes. Yeah.
And
It's like if it has matter, it's a vibration. It's part of the string theory or whatever, right?
exactly. Now, so they have these like what the harp stations that people looking to say, and they're making weird noises and stuff. And well, around these, they're finding that, and they've already talked about how, which this has been scientifically proven, because people were like wondering about like the twinkling of stars and why they twinkle and stuff, and it has nothing to do with them like flickering or anything. It has to do with our atmosphere. There's like bubbles and holes in our. It's not a complete circle, like everyone would think a sphere is. It's more wavy and stuff. And when
Did
a
you ever
wave like
see? Did you
hmm,
ever see them videos of the spirals and the portal looking shits and the like Northern Lights area and shit like that?
yeah, see that's one it's our field, that field is very susceptible to like different frequencies, different vibrations. Uh, it has bubbles in it. Now, as the bubbles, not really
We
like a
see like
solid bubble, but
yeah,
uh-huh.
we
Yeah, as they
see
pass over like
physical
where a star is, they'll make it a
manifestation.
glisten. And
Yes.
yeah, these spirals and stuff, something's out there, something's twisted. It could even be like mini black holes or something just popping up here and there, and it's twisting our atmosphere to, where the light's bouncing off of it, to give that spirally effect. But
I think it's
things are happening.
interdimensional time travel and Jesus, man. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they come from like out of nowhere. Everything that, I mean, all these what they call this paranormal activity, these UFOs, these portals, and dimensional rips. But people don't realize that's how it's done. Like the time traveling shit, that's how it would be done. You'd have to on of the third dimensional plane in a rip, and kind of scan through almost like a filing cabinet, like a file. Just look at your life as being a filing cabinet. The file in the very back is when you was born. The file in the front's when is right now, or the future, or when you die. We'll just say when you die, because you have everything in between though anyway, because it's a constant continuous loop. But you pull out the filing cabinet, say you want to time travel. Well, it's just as simple as going to that file, open up and looking through it. Now that's what you would do on a third dimensional plane, but you're going to be doing this on a fourth dimensional plane where you can see this filing cabinet of your life, the different pieces and fragments, like a snapshot photograph, and that's what helps you transfer back and forth, because you kind of see it from a different angle, and that's what that next dimensional is being able to see, because it's every every dimension as it goes up, it has to be looking a multiple of itself, and the only way to explain a multiple of what we have here on our third dimensional plane would be to be able to see all of that, be able to
Okay, I'm
transverse
sorry,
things, be
bro.
able to,
We got stuff going on in the chat room.
oh dude, I,
Apparently, Tim says, "What's going on, honky?" Then homie Mike Schaefer says, "Whoop whoop, homie, MySpace is coming back, fam. Fucking
um,
everyone lives on Facebook now. It's fucked up. I was so hungover that day. It was bad and really sad. Hold on, this message has been held for review. Um, that shit is crazy. Go to Denton, Texas. There's a portal there. Okay. Well, hey, what's up, everyone? If you're still listening, there is one live viewer right now. I see. Thanks for joining the conversation here. Me and the homie Corvius
Corvusio.
Corvusio. Thank you for saying that for me, Corvusio. Now I know how to say that. Okay. Sorry, but my good homie here for many, many years now, many, many moons.
Yeah.
Me and him are catching up here. We've always been able to have these deep intellectual conversations about crazy shit. Some of it might seem a little out there to others, but it's just, hey, man, we think we look at things from all angles. Really, is how I look at it. What do you think, homie?
Yeah, well, I mean, you got to, because have it the way everything kind of works and how it works together doesn't make any sense. We're living in chaos, like absolute chaos. It's like a controlled chaos, but it's still chaos. So you have to kind of open your mind up to things in order to kind of see the bigger picture and put all these puzzle pieces together to understand why things are the way they are, or why they have to be the way they are to progress, or if we even have to
Yeah,
backtrack in order to progress.
right. So Mike Schaefer in the chat room, homie, what do you think? I see him chatting there. Um, it's just hey, that's why I like the Jugga Illuminati show. Like Illuminati means like enlightened ones, not like some kind of government conspiracy running the world or whatever. It just means you're enlightened, and that's what the Jugga
Yeah.
Illuminati is all about. Is we're just enlightened individuals who see things going on behind the scenes. We
Yeah.
understand how things work. Your videos talking about how ICP borrowed from certain things, and it inspired me to make a video in
Yeah.
response to you. And that's what it's all about, watching videos and then making a response to a video, then responding back to
Yeah.
that
Well,
video. That's the good old days, wasn't it, man?
now, I don't know if it ended up getting Mandela affected, or if it just got taken off of YouTube, or if I'm not just finding it, or if I can't remember what I'm looking for. But I know, because I had made a video about that before on the old account a long time ago, and because something had come out where there was another band in the '90s. It was like some like uh rap, some other kind of rap band, more like the hip hop gangster stuff. And they had a song out, and it was everyone was trying to say, oh well, look, they're ripping off ICP, and then it turns out that song had come out like 4 to 5 years before ICP's version, and it had to do with, I think, something on the Dog Beats album, for real. It was like that early on that they
Hmm.
had like boosted, like it was like the beats and the theme. It's kind of like what the Offspring did with the Beatles song. Uh,
Hmm.
the Obla Da Beatles song. Uh, you listen to that, and then you listen to Offspring's uh, what was it like? Oh,
Hmm.
can't
The
even hear anything but the
Offspring
Beatles
did
song.
it.
Yeah, Offspring totally ripped it off completely.
Hmm.
Um, and it's so blatant. It's just so blatant and obvious. The back music, the way the flow of the lyrics, everything.
Well,
It's just
yeah,
it's
it's
blatant.
that's no problem sampling and everything. It's just my problem, my beef, I guess you want if you were to say there is one. It's not really a beef, but my question is ICP, why do you try to say, Violent J, why do you try to say you had this vision, this dream from God, from the Dark Carnival, and promote this Dark Carnival mythology and everything? Like, this is all facts. When you know damn well you were influenced by shit to create that, you know?
Well, see, here's the thing. Because he said that he was saying that like early on, you know, about how, and how everything was starting, everything. I think maybe honestly he thought, and yeah, could be proven wrong. I don't know. This is my just view on it. I think that he was just thinking, hey, what juggalos are really that are listening to our stuff is really going to be sitting there and going back and watching a freaking Disney movie from the 1970s. You know,
Most people are going to be fooled and taken in by his story.
yeah. But it almost here. Well, I'll throw a conspiracy out here for you, and I'm sure it's been around too. I'm sure other people can touch on this. What if ICP is nothing more than a hip hop Hannah Montana perpetrated by the Disney company to get more money for Disney underneath the table? Here they want to talk about this big Christian message now and everything, and how they're about with God to bring in all these church groups and everything too.
Yeah,
Here you
yeah. When
what was wasn't the
mm.
Malenko was produced by Disney?
Well, I have made videos saying like, what if they are Illuminati? What if ICP and Twisted are Illuminati?
It could be. I mean, because everyone's if well, they would have to if in turns they was in cahoots with Disney, and Disney is in fact Illuminati. I mean, doesn't that just like guilty by association?
Well, I'm sorry. I just feel that they do have like a lot of people brainwashed by this dark carnival mythology. The carnival is God in me. Oh, yeah, you better be a good juggalo, or else, you're going to go to Hell's Pit and not Shangri-La, yeah, using heaven and hell. The same old story recycled from other previous religions, of course, because that's how people who work behind the scenes and control shit. The government means control mind. You know what I mean? But jugglers are supposed to be against the government, right? And be their own free thinkers. Control your own mind, right? But you're brainwashed by this juggalo mentality. To fight the system because you're impoverished or um, it just gets so deep, man. It's just all ties together. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's why I do think it's some Illuminati type shit. Even though ICP might not be part of the Illuminati, still they're using this Dark Carnival mythology. You know what I'm saying? And it's just something so fabricated to me. It's just not even real, and but there's just it's something so big, that it blew up into. And I feel good to be a part of this, the juggalo subculture, but I don't necessarily believe in this spirituality like a dark carnival spirit and everything. I don't know, man. It's just what I've believed has evolved so much since I was 19. I really started questioning my faith. I got in and out of believing in Jesus. I mean, it's just, and now I don't believe there was an actual ever figuratively real Jesus. It was all a made up story, just like the Old Testament was. And just like this dark carnival mythology, it's just made up bullshit. What do you got to say about that, homie?
Oh well, I mean, time will tell. I mean, you look. I mean, hell, what 1,000, 2,000 years into the future and shit. This whole Dark Carnival could be written on paper. People think it's the gospel, like you said about how Jesus being a story and all. Things passed down, and then they get talked about so much that people believe so much. And you know what though? It's from from what I've seen of what goes on in the on this other side of this veil that we live on. It will be true for them. If people what that's the whole point of people believe, because what goes on com- is so internal that okay, it's an infinity eternal because
So
it's what
this
like
spiritual
what a
energy,
hypersphere
people who
looks like.
believe, if you believe
Yeah,
in a dark carnival, it helps feed the energy to make it real. Is that what you're saying?
yeah, you because you manifest your transition how you are comfortable doing it.
Your own
That's why there's
Shangri-La.
so
You
many
feel,
variances in how a person, has a near death experience or actually, dies and comes back. It
mm-hmm,
varies from person to person because it's individualized for that person because it's internalized.
mm-hmm,
People think that God is out there, but everyone's sister trying to say, well, no, and then they say they look out there, but always say that he's inside of you. Well, people don't realize how true both of those statements actually are at the same time
mm-hmm,
because it's so internalized and it's not this outwardly thing. It's this inwardly thing that's been there and puts back out. If you look at a picture of a hypersphere, it looks kind of like a donut in which all sides always go up and towards the center.
mm-hmm.
And it's like that's how you have to kind of look at your life in that bubble and that inner dot, that inner that singularity. Inside that
Mm,
singularity is when
mm.
you become in a way your own creator.
Wow,
And
that's
it's very
deep.
very
Yeah.
difficult to explain, but you manifest your
I
own
feel
path
I feel what
into
you're
it.
saying there, yo. But at the same time, you like, hey, it's just the infinite reality, there,
Yeah,
of course, that is happening in an infinite reality. Sure, why not? Magic can happen. Things we can move with our faith in this Jesus Christ. We can move mountains, apparently, in other dimensions. They're supposed to, you can manipulate this matrix, that is this simulation that is reality to us, and but it's something spiritual. You know what I mean? It's like you can interact with the Ouija board and the spirit realm, and ghosts can fuck with you and shit like that. Like I know I wanna haunt the shit out of people when I die. I wanna, like, you know throw a cup off the counter or something like that. What about you, dude?
yeah. There be. I want you and our listeners to do something for a second. And this kind of brings some, and it's just a little thought. Okay, imagine yourself. You're going towards you're at the end of your life. You close your eyes. You're fixing to pass on to the next thing. It's beautiful. It's uplifting. You start feeling all these great feelings of all your memories and all your troubles all at once, but they just blend into this overall just comfort. Now, as you throw through this, it's almost with a blink of an eye, you pull out, and there's nothing, and there's nothing but the memory of what you're doing right now, of not right now, but after you pull out that moment, and you
Hmm.
remember that everything you just saw, everything you just experienced in your life was just a second because all you've been sitting here doing the whole time is looking through all these lives, and you pick another one. You live that whole lifetime. Within a split second, you blink and you're back out again. But within that lifetime, it seems like you're through that lifetime. But it's just within that brief second because time is only relevant on this plane, on this third dimension. You're doing these
Hmm.
things and you die, you come back, die, come back. Now imagine this. Just imagine this for a second.
That's the
That
thing. When
feeling.
you're part of infinity, when you're part of this energy that is the universe, everything, like matter is energy. If you're just a dead rock, you're still part of this universe, and you have some kind of energy to you. You know what I mean? You exist. You know what I mean? There's something to our thoughts,
Yeah.
our souls, our spirit, our energy that creates our thoughts and the chemical reactions within our brains. It all adds up to our soul. And that energy lives on even after this physical plane. That's what people don't understand, is that you don't necessarily have to fight in a realm of bad and good souls. It's just that, you become one with the universe, and you're aware of these other good and bad
Exactly.
energies also in the universe, which there are very bad and demonic forces. You got to beware of that.
Well, see, this brings up a good point though too. It's like because with all this stuff that's out there and is vast, is this this things that we could know and all this knowledge that we have yet to just absorb. We're fighting over like little trivial stuff here on this like little plane about you know this and that, and if especially a lot of the transgender and fluid things that are going on. But I'm gonna break it down for people and just we'll just stick to what a fact is from what your soul is, the way you feel inside yourself, the way you can get triggered, your emotions and everything, and you're in the things in your mind. It's all something real. We all know this. We all have these feelings. We all talk to ourselves in our heads and have these consciouses, and we all do. We know these things to be a real thing. We have proof of it because we know. Everyone knows. Everyone listening knows. Now we also have the fact of what we're in, and knowing of what's out there and what we're connected to and what our soul really means. It's just it makes no sense of why we're fighting over this little trivial stuff, because I'll break it down for us, everyone. We are all just meat suits. That's what this truth of it. We're a meat suit. We're a meat suit for this solely vessel that we have inside of us that we know is eternal. So why scruffle over
Do we
what your
even
meat
still
suit
have
looks like up here?
faces?
Yeah.
Do we
I
even
mean,
still have faces? Like when we die, we just
yeah,
become part of this energy that is the universe. We're just absorbed and we're just another part of this energy. But our
exactly.
consciousness, our memory is like part of a giant computer simulation program. We're stored in this universe spiritually, and it seems like kind of a computer simulation. It breaks down to binary code, like zeros and ones and shit or whatever. You know what I mean? Like
Oh,
consciousness
I had a
and everything that you were,
I
is
had a
part
thought the
of
other
this and eternity, giant, ever expanding, infinite computer simulation universe type shit. It's crazy.
See, we're not far off from. I had a thought the other night. We're not far off from reptiles. Not really,
Okay,
because
the
we're just on a
reptilians,
very,
right?
very lower pace. Now, follow me on this. Now, they say, and this has been scientifically proved, that we shed all our cells and everything. What, every 7 years, right? What
Mm.
if we keep all of them? Not just keep them as we're shedding them and stuff like that. Think about if you put them all back together and everything, you would have, just divide your how long you're living by 7, and you figure out how many meat suits you have hanging in your closet, skin suits of your, how a reptile would shed their skin. People don't want to visualize it because it falls off and it just does what it does in the shower and everything else, and people just want to dismiss it. But it's stuff that still matter. It's still around somewhere. Take that matter all together. How it'd be like your little Batman with all your little skin suits. You'll have like a 7-year-old skin suit, a 14-year-old skin suit. You know what I mean?
Okay, I can feel where you're coming from there, bro. But I grew up on the XFiles. The XFiles is one of my favorite fucking series of all time. Give it up for XFiles, Mike.
Yeah.
You
Oh yeah.
know. Sorry, I just mentioned your government. I'm sorry.
We got
Do
a
you care?
I
Do you-
X-Files. Well, aren't they still going on with that?
huh?
Aren't they still going on with the X-Files?
They had that a couple of years ago. They had 7 episodes, and then they left it wide open. Like, but I don't think it got picked up because it wasn't that popular anymore.
Well, you can't really beat the Mulder and Scully days for real, honestly. Anyway, so
Oh my God, I used to me and my friend Chris used to paint tiles. We painted XFiles tile on the school's like the fucking room where y'all piled in getting off the bus and shit, the lobby or whatever. Yeah. But anyways, we had like everyone from our class could do a tile, and me and my boy had an X Files tile, and it was part of the mural or whatever, or of all the tiles going in the school. Yeah, I'm sorry, but yeah, aliens, ghosts, monsters. I'm into all that shit. Supernatural, the show Supernatural. I love that. But no, the X Files. Yeah, they came back. It was like 7 episodes, and it looked like um it was a UFO was going to save Mulder at the end of the latest season that they came
okay.
back with. So they left it wide open. Like, is Mulder going to be saved? Was it the government saving them, or was it aliens?
Yeah.
With was it the government with alien technology and the triangular spacecraft?
Well, the way
I'm sorry.
Yep.
Go ahead, bro.
But yeah, didn't they have oh, what was I gonna say? What was I saying?
Yeah, the X Files came back, but they didn't continue it for more. I like Stranger Things. Do you watch Netflix?
Yeah, I'm all caught up. Wait for season 3 now.
Fuck you.
What? I don't have Netflix though.
I don't care. You're still an asshole. I watched this YouTube channel called Found Flicks, and he explains everything there is to need to know about shit like movies and shit like that. So even after I watch a movie, I like to watch his review about the ending explained and shit like that.
Yeah.
Found Flicks. Yeah, he's really cool. Anyways, yeah, he did the Stranger Things 2 season explaining, and I just like, wow, man, because I watched the first season on Netflix, man. I just really love that series a lot. It's a great series, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah. It caught my attention. I think it's really from how as old as I am, as just growing up during that era and stuff. It just brings back a lot of memories. It's very nostalgic, so it kind of caught my attention. On top, it has that whole Stephen King feel to it, like the Stand by Me type shit.
Yes, early
And
80s, early 80s.
yeah, yeah, got that
That
guy that
was
looks like he's like I don't know. Is he's like supposed to be like the new age Ferris Bueller? Because I know I saw him on he was on doing those Domino commercials, kind of acting like Ferris Bueller and shit. Like it's Ferris Bueller spoof. And
hold
then you
on,
got that
aren't we around the similar age? What year were you born?
sorry,
I'm sorry, what?
80.
80? Did you just say 80?
Mm-hmm.
You old ass motherfucker. God damn, you're 2 years older than me. How does
Oh
it
yeah,
feel?
so yeah, and then they got that girl Nancy and stuff. She seems a lot like oh that one chick that was in Legend and with Tom Cruise
No,
and
I never saw that one. I never checked that out. I got this last beer though. I got this beer. I might have to walk to the store for more. Nah, I'm too fucked up. Fuck that shit. I'm gonna drink this beer though. Then I'm gonna smoke mad crack, kill a couple hookers, and call it a night.
a night. What time is it? What?
It's only 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
Oh, yeah. It's only 1 o'clock here. So yeah, I'm like 2 hours behind you.
Oh well. But yeah, you know, in another dimension, you know, my wife Beth, or no, Diane was her name. Diane never died because I am Rick. I'm Pickle Rick. I'm a pickle, Morty. I turned myself into a pickle. I'm Pickle Rick.
That episode explains so much about the family right there, for real.
It does, yeah. They break it down in that therapy session. Yeah, it's a good episode. And Rick just kicks ass, slaughtering roaches and mice and shit. Or rats, rather. That was a fun episode.
So the thing that makes him even more badass is how calm he is about being so badass.
True. But he still gets excited about his work. Like, he was like, oh, yeah, and starts slaughtering them. Oh, damn. I gotta hit the button.
Who else? Like all the Ricks and shit. But, you know, I mean, who else, you know, could manufacture, you know, this shit?
Well, he never figured, you know, he thought he had it figured out. He thought he was going to drop the, you know, he had the timer with the scissors and shit. He didn't think his family would realize it, but his mom did, or his daughter did. You know. So, but
what's your view on the whole suicide helmet conspiracy theory?
Ooh, that's a good one. That's a good one, bro. I was talking to someone else about this the other night. I think my homie Jim James. Man, I want to talk to you and Jim James at the same time. That'd be tight. Get y'all all in the hangout. Yo, this motherfucker. Okay, he's creating. It's from stolen from other shit, of course. Just like, you know, okay, you know, it was totally original, right? No, it's stolen. And it's it's one of them running things, man. Like, he could put his head between the thing and zap his brain, right, and kill himself, but he fell asleep. You know, who knows? You know, he's working on this helmet. He could zap his brain at any time. Who knows? You know, who knows with this motherfucker? Okay, that's all I know. I guess that's all I really have to say about it.
I just hope they don't do any kind of fucking cop out type bullshit, like, you know, like Dallas and stuff, where, you know, at the end someone wakes up and it's all a fucking dream, or maybe he was dead all along and these were like his, you know, like that.
No. Of course, he knows he's in a world, in a dimension that's created. I'm wondering if maybe at some time the creators are going to expose themselves, you know, to show that they are the gods of this world or whatever, you know what I mean, that is created and that Rick inhabits. You know, but Rick is a god of this world, though, that these people created. You know, if Rick is such a god, then he should know that he is a created being, and he know that's why he breaks the fourth wall so many times.
Yeah.
What? Look, I did it in first place. Was that your kid? It sounded like a kid, yo.
Oh, it's pop up.
How are your kids?
Not good. It's a lot of drama and a lot of
Yeah. But
bad
they're
stuff.
still alive, right? None of them have been like assassinated or anything. Okay, that's good. I'm sorry, I forgot we're still alive. There is no one talking in the chat. Fucking Mike Schaefer got a phone call like an hour ago. Let's see what we got here. Yeah, we are still live. No viewers. Is this real though? Is this real, man? Do our Are we going to be able to live on?
Well,
Of
yeah,
course, you know.
I believe we're going to live on. I believe we're going to live on probably a lot longer than we care to be honest. Because you got to think how many people get tired of just this little blip right here. You know, from birth until you go. You know, people want to think of that as being scary and not wanting to deal with that, but there's as far as how expansive it is afterwards. Like I think that's what sets people into bad crossovers is the fear of it all, the fear of themselves, the fear of what they've kept with them, what they're holding on to, their baggage.
Hmm. Okay. So, what about all the aborted babies? Where do they go?
Aborted babies.
They go to
Honestly,
purgatory, right?
I would guess so. But what they're saying purgatory is now is just like a recycling station for our souls. But
True.
everyone's wondering about well, you know, what about any life?
Hmm.
What about the feelings of your sperm?
Hmm.
Millions all over the tissue or the wall. Where do they go?
You know how many loads I've wasted over the years?
Where do they all go?
And
About their
The
feelings.
Bible says if you waste a load, you deserve death because you wasted like billions of fucking chances of life right there.
Well, let's see. We live in a world where people hate one another. There's constant war. People are starving by the millions, and it just depends on your view of things. If you're wanting to talk about a soul or a meat suit, if you're talking about like a regular meat, a soul, well, it's probably better off that they didn't have to deal with all the pain and suffering before they were recycled and had to do it again anyway.
Hmm.
It's eternal, so whatever soul and spirit that a person's worried about, it's always been here. It's always going to be here, just like we've always been here, and we're always going to be here. It's because we're only remembering backwards this 70, 80, 90 years of this little life period right here, right now. There was still stuff before this. There's going to be stuff after this too. So everyone's worried more about a meat suit. It's like, okay, well, and I'm sorry, I know people have feelings. I know there's a lot of people out there that are very touchy when it comes to certain subjects, but
I'm saying that's the
everyone
thing.
keeps
It's like we all blend in. We're all energy done blend in with one another through our different views and feelings and thoughts and reality, you know what I mean? It all blends in. It's just all energy, and it's like a pulsating energy that we can't comprehend, you know? It's like, damn, man, it's crazy just to be alive and conscious in this day and age. You know, with all this social media and ways to interact with people around the world and are, you know, interfacing and everything, you know. Wow. I just want
I
to say, hey, man, this is great to just even do this show.
I think women have the right to choose if they want to trap a soul in a decaying carcass or not. Because I mean, if you want, I don't know, people don't want to look at it like that, but that's what's happening. So you know, when you give birth, you're trapping a soul into a because you start to die the minute you're born. I mean, we're living, but we're not really. It's backwards because we're not really how we look at life. I just look at it as a really long death until you're actually alive and free and be able to transverse the universe and the dimensions and be true with what you truly are inside.
That's the thing. We got to evolve. We're not able to evolve. We got fluoride that's dumbing us down, so we can't evolve and telepathically communicate and evolve spiritually as human beings. You know, like these aliens are. They're more connected with the spiritual realm. You know what I mean? That's why these aliens are teaching us shit. You know, like humans need to step their game up, man. And they're just watching and observing for us to, you know, fully come to grasp, you know, and be able to comprehend it. The government's going to do a false flag alien invasion, but the aliens are going to try to reveal themselves too. Like, no, don't believe in their false flag alien invasion. We're the real aliens. Okay.
I have a theory that maybe that reason like aliens and these beings and people that have telepathy and stuff, you know, they're always depicted as having big heads, like having big brains. But I don't think the brain size changes. I think the only thing that changes is the pituitary gland.
Yeah.
Not the pineal gland. The pineal
Hmm.
gland increases. And when the
Right.
pineal gland increases, you know, the skull has to make more room, and it makes the brain look like it's larger, but it's really just that one thing that enlarges, because that is the one key that one part of the brain that's surrounded by everything else, being protected by so much stuff, and it's so small, but yet it holds so much things that it's doing as far as happiness and sadness and near death experiences, how we dream, how we think, how you know how we imagine things in our artistic side, you know, things like that. Just one
Hmm.
little thing.
Hmm. Yeah,
And that's
that
why I
is
think that
true.
the government stuff is fluoride in the water because it's trying to calcify that gland,
Hmm.
and so it's trying to keep it from getting any bigger, to having people actually realize, because when you're that's oh, this body is such a freaking slave. I swear, Blue. It triggers me. It does, because people don't realize just how much even the government's trying to enslave us inside this body by keeping our, you know, gland and stuff calcified, where we can't use it, where we can't evolve
Mm.
to the point that we can pass this to the metaphysical world. They can't keep track of us there. They know this. They don't want
Mm-mm-mm.
us there.
Mm-hmm.
They don't want us. That's why in some states suicide is illegal. They're trying to keep it
Yeah.
from, because they know if you escape, they can't have you no more. You're not a slave to them no more.
Right. But still, you
This
want to
body
try
is
to,
nothing but
you still want
me
to do what
anymore.
you can. You gotta do what you can in this physical realm, man. Fucking let them know that you know, you're on to them, man. For real.
That's why I'm
Yeah,
still
man.
here, because there's so much people that need to have their eyes opened of what's really going on around them, instead of being all lost, like especially like the Facebook news. all this stuff. People say, "Oh, this is real," because I've seen it on Facebook, and it's like I've seen like there was a thing the other day. Someone had a thing posted, and it was this black guy hitting this white girl. What would you do if you saw this? And I knew the picture right away. I was like, that's not a real thing. I was like, I wouldn't do anything. I'd wait till Spider-Man came, because that's what happens in the video. Spider-Man comes and puts a dude in prison. Slice their posters, like, give it. I'd beat the shit out. I'd do that. No one should be hitting a girl like that. It's not real shit. It's Spider-Man comes. Don't worry, people. Come on now. Take a chill pill. This like I was earlier, I was saying that they had a baby that had obviously had photoshopped legs, like photoshopped on him and stuff. So it may look like he had extra legs.
Oh,
Give amen. It was a normal baby. Everything that was like abnormal on it was photoshopped on it. You can see the lines and the shading, like it was square on the corners. They didn't do a blending job at all. And people are amening up the ass, and I'm like, are you people fucking blind or just retarded? I'm sorry, but there's something going on. Okay, I'm sorry, but no, okay. This is an equality thing, because honestly, the world, everyone is equally as retarded as everyone else. In this chaos, everyone else. I'm not discriminating against someone's, so it's not a thing. I'm not labeling anyone. I'm talking about I'm talking about this world in general, and everyone knows they have their moments. I have my moments. I'm not excluding myself out of this at all, at all. So. But no, it's weird. It's like people don't look. They don't look at what they're looking at, and it's like our people are just there's a bunch of them out there too, and I know you've seen them too. They're just totally blind to obvious common sense things that I thought, honestly, you're like born with. Like by the age of 1 or 2, you don't stick a fork in a light socket. Sure enough, people are still doing it. Why? Because it's fun. Well, you wonder where the loss of brain cells go, and why the death of MTV happened.
I don't know, man. I think I'm going to make a video saying like ICP is losing its lackluster. You know what I mean? Like, come on, you bite off everything. Your whole shit's a gimmick. You know. You got this Juggalo family that's considered a gang now. You know, what's even the point?
Well, I'm kind of interested though in this new this furious or the fearless Fred Fury.
Yeah.
Red Fred.
Yeah.
Okay. Your Joker's cards here. They were. I was going to look back. Okay, we have the first 6. All of them were like unique, done up. They had a style to them,
Yeah.
And then the new set come out, just like very like half-assed. Up until this fearless Fred Fear, where it actually looks like they're going back old school on the design. I mean, you can see the Jekyll brothers in there. You can see a little bit of the Ringmaster in there. I mean, I know it's kind of regurgitated, but it's still. I'm sorry, the Lost and Found, the Missing Link. It looked so cartoony and half-assed.
Well, you see, this is what I think when they were going through, when they were bringing up the Great Malenko. When they were working on the Great Malenko, they already had the Amazing Jekyll Brothers planned, because that was evident in the Great Malenko booklet. You can find out the name of the next Joker's card. So they already had the next Joker's card, and they were probably working on tracks, already getting it ready. You know what I mean? Everything like that. Yeah. They get these visions from the Dark Carnival, right?
Well, yeah.
So
I think what his vision was. I think he was drunk and half awake, and the movie come on the TV, and he thought it was a dream. I know we've all done that kind of shit. Where you're watching TV, you think you're dreaming of something you watched or something. You know what I mean? I think that's what happened. I think he was watching something. Like a late night movie come on, maybe it was a back-to-back thing. I don't know. Maybe they had Killer Clowns from Outer Space come on, and then he rolled over, Disney Channel come on, they're having a late night fucking feature, horror movie like they used to do with like the Mr. Boogedy and Bride of Boogedy or something, and he was just fucking half out of it and thought it all come from his dream or something, and went on about it, and just didn't care enough to actually look at stuff or research anything. He was like, oh, yeah, whatever. Yeah, it could have happened like that. I have
Right.
nothing against it happened like that, but
Mm.
there's shit happens, I mean, but
Of
you know,
course. It's just like it's more than a coincidence, that there was something like that, different types of all kinds of movie and media or whatever, to prove that like something, could have been you know, uh, constituted or whatever from what Violent J thought he saw, like he thought he saw God as a child. Him and Jumpsteady saw God when this bully was babysitting him. And then now, Violent J says that God visited him as a dark carnival and gave him that dream, when he was like, I guess 19, I think. Shaggy was 17, something like that. Um, and fucking, he had the dream about the Dark Carnival, so it's purely rumors and speculation, right?
well, yeah. I mean, like I said, no one can really. That's why I don't get why people judge so many people on certain levels and stuff, because when we're all just like I said, we're all equally fucked. We all,
Mhm.
especially, and because no one knows exactly what's going on in any of our heads except for ourselves, right? And if you look at how the world is and how people can act, it almost makes you wonder about just the nature of humans just in general. You know, how
Okay,
much
but
is how
Violent
much is
J said like Violent J was like, okay, I never had nothing to do with carnivals or nothing like that. You know what I mean? But I had these visions, man.
visions
You know what I
of clown
mean?
chasing.
It's just crazy. Like, how can you believe this shit? There's fucking millions of people that believe that Violent J actually had this vision from God of a dark carnival, that to create this Juggalo family and shit like that. Like, wow, this is some cult like shit, yo. Like, this is how Violent J says it in his book, but he said he's wrong with Jesus, but he feels that this vision he got was from God and everything, you know what I mean? So it's like did Violent J create this shit or what's going on here?
Well, I honestly, I because it didn't seem like that from the beginning, and he didn't even act like that at the beginning. He wasn't talking about shit like that towards the beginning or anything, even when he was up under fire about stuff. I think it just got so bad, and they were under so much fire from so much stuff, they had to just make up something like that to get all these boycotting Christians and stuff off their back, because that was a problem for a while before they came out
Mm,
and said they was a Christian rap band. They were getting
mm,
boycotted. They were getting under fire by all these churches and everything else. And maybe they were just like, okay, we're just going to say this to appease them and stuff, maybe they didn't realize how big it was going to explode and, start this big thing. It's kind of like, you know, you light a little match, to see where you're at, but, you don't realize you're standing in a room full of fucking gunpowder.
mm. Okay. My friend Tim is picking on me because I sound so drunk. Yes, I am drunk. I don't need to walk to the store for anymore. I'm gonna finish this beer and the show. Go out for a cigarette or something and call it good.
Call it a night
Fucking take a good.
or an afternoon.
Go to bed. Yeah, call it afternoon. Just go to bed. Oh, excuse me.
But yeah, I want to go ahead. I know it's probably I would probably should have done this earlier on, but I'll do it like later on. I don't know. There's people in here. Just to give myself a shout out for my channel, my new channel, and Corvusio space dot exe. because they wouldn't let me
Yeah,
put the dot just right there in the middle of the shit.
Tim, since you're watching, be sure to check out my homie Corvo Motherfago.
Yeah, I'll be doing a bunch of different stuff on that one, and like I said, some of it will be pretty controversial. I would imagine. I'm pretty sure I'm going to be getting hate for this last one that I just did, but I'm kind of hoping for it at the same time. So we'll see, we'll see how that goes. But I'm trying to make a point. There's reason of a madness.
He wants one of us to drop a link to your channel in the chat.
Okay, I think I'll be able to do that real quick.
Oh shit, I got people hitting me up. Yo, I really gotta take a piss. Can you hold on for like a couple minutes?
Yeah.
Alright, yo, can you send him that link in the chat?
Yeah, bringing it up.
I'll be back.
Trying to. There you go. I think it should be put up in there. It's in the group chat anyway. Yeah, what I'll be doing mostly is tweet whenever I get triggered on something. It's strain reviews, game reviews, nothing real special, old school shit. And but yeah, just trying to grow a little bit because I'm kind of starting from scratch. But I found I'm not going to have a filter when it comes to doing videos.
Hello! Well, y'all are my one. Hey. Sorry about that. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
You know I was fucking with you, right?
Yeah.
I just busted up in my room. I'm taking you guys out to go for a cigarette with me. I need a cigarette. It's cold as shit out, man. I gotta put on my shit. Yo, but okay. What did I interrupt? Are you like
No, I was just talking about my channel real quick. I think I posted up the thing on the side. I think. Did it work? Then the group chat or whatever.
Well, probably no one cares about you or your channel, so fuck you and everything you and it stand for.
Hey, that was done by request.
Oh, I'm sorry. So there was actually some pathetic ass little fucker out there that wanted to know about your shit.
That's what you told me.
Oh yeah. Damn, I got a friend trying to hit me up. Yo, oh, they're not online right now. Fuck them. Yeah, boy, I'm going out for a smoke, son.
I think I'm
How
going
are you?
outside smoking.
Are you? Where the fuck are my cigarettes? I didn't. I could have swore. Yeah, I'm gonna need to go get more beer. I don't know if I can walk down there though. Can you give me a ride, dude? Mike,
Huh.
give me a ride to the store.
Oh, well, A, I don't have a car. B,
Yep.
I see you in about, I don't know, I think it's maybe like a 20-hour drive. Yeah, about 24 hours, I would say.
Yo, we're gonna get a Juggalo real world. A Juggalo real world going on. It's gonna be me, you, CPN, Turbo Ninjet, fucking all the old school people. Damn, dog. What are you doing right outside my room? Bugging the shit out of me. Better not bark neither, little bitch. Beat that fucking dog.
So,
All right.
what, did we have to like go like on a road trip, like get like a camper or something?
Yeah, I made it out on the porch without the damn dog barking. Happy go me. Mm. So yeah, anyways, fucking crazy shit. So if we know that people can jump in between time and space and dimensions and shit and create black holes, then what's to say that what is there a single individual god for each one of these dimensions, or is there multiple gods, or a god that controls all these gods? Who controls what? Who's the master controller of the computer program? That's basically all I gotta say. I think we lost Corvo.